as you guys can see, it is kind of raining right now, but that ain't gonna stop us from making a video for you guys. Alright, if you guys are new here, my name is Brandon. I do all kinds of mods to my cars, whether they're dumb, cool, performance, not performance, whatever, to my cars. So if you guys are new, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's continue on with the video. Alright, so this video is it's not going to be like the most interesting video, but today I'm going to be trying to make some 3D parts for my car. Not anything special, but I have a couple USBs that are inside the glove box, and I want to make like a little tiny bracket for it. So I'm going to 3D print that, and we'll see how that fits and works. And then also I got one of these. This also is another USB spot for the car. This is gonna go right here in this blank spot here. I've seen several other people put this in there, and I think it's a pretty cool idea. Have extra USB ports here, but the one I was talking about, I'm gonna try to 3D print, is for these, and it's gonna go, I don't know if the lighting's good or not, but I have a hole drilled now. I'm gonna make a bracket so that way these will fit in nicely, and it'll just be 2 USB ports in the back. So I backed the car out of the garage just a little bit so that way I can get some better lighting. But here you can see those 2 USBs I was talking about, and then the hole I drilled. So all I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try first, just take a razor blade since it's very thin material, and try to just cut out the square roughly with the razor blade until, I don't know where I just put that piece at, but until that piece fits. Alright, so I just tried to do this with a razor blade. It's a lot harder than I thought. So I'm going to grab a Dremel. But while I'm here, I might as well just show you. So this is the plug right here, or the 3D printed piece. And then these wires, sorry about the camera angle, but they will fit in there fairly snug. You just got to press them in. So I just got them roughly pressed in, but they'll press in and then they'll line up with that. And then this will be pressed flush up against here, so then that way I won't have any wires dangling. Because one of the biggest things too while I'm trying to clean this up is as I'm driving, you hit any bumps and these things just rattle in here. So, and I was thinking about just putting some padding here until someone gave me the idea to do this, and that way it'll clean it up. And so yeah, you can kind of see the color, it kind of matches. So once that's pushed up against there, I think it'll look pretty good. Alright, so like I said, I couldn't really cut through that with a knife that easy, so I got a Dremel and a diamond attachment. So I'm just gonna go in there and try to square it out. So just make sure you have your safety squints on. I know this is gonna make a mess. Alright, so I've started doing this and I'm not quite there yet. I'm noticing I'm starting to hit some stuff in the back here, and this stuff is kind of melting on me. It's not going nowhere near as how I planned it in my head. So it would almost be easier if I could just take this whole thing out, which, I mean, I think I can, I don't know. But I'm just gonna leave it in there because I don't want to have any problems. So, because this side wants to pop out, but this side is like stuck somewhere else and I don't want to worry about it right now. So, but I got it opened up a little bit. I mean, if I had a lot smaller Dremel, it would be a little easier. But the thing is, this Dremel hits the bottom here, so I got to hold it at a weird angle so I can keep going at it. Alright guys, so I just want to give you a quick update. I ended up taking this out. It was actually fairly easy. There was literally only one screw holding it on after you popped off the radio. So, and that made it a lot easier to cut it open from this side. But looking at what I did, I ended up cutting way too much. You can see there's two things up at the top. It just, the Dremel slipped and I cut it way too much when it was inside the car. So that's why I have it out, because it was way too hard to do that. So I got the part in there, but I ended up cutting the hole too big. But so I ended up I'm grabbing a soldering iron and I'm soldering pretty much like plastic welding this into place. So, I mean, right now it feels pretty sturdy, but I'm gonna keep trying to fill in on any of the gaps. And all I'm pretty much doing is just heating up the plastic around here with the soldering iron and just kind of pushing the plastic into any of the crevices that I can get the soldering iron into. So, but like I said, it feels pretty solid. So I'm gonna finish doing this up and then we'll slap this in the car and put our USBs on there. Alright, so I'm coming back into the car. So you can see I got the upper glove box sticking out. And you can see the mess I was making when I was doing it in the car. So it's probably way better to take it out of the car. I didn't realize how easy it was gonna be. But like I said, there was just one screw somewhere over here after you took the radio off. So, but I got the thing in. I mean, like I said, it's not the prettiest, but it's plastic welded in, so it's not gonna come anywhere. I mean, I can push on it. It feels pretty sturdy. So I guess we kind of live and learn. Rather take the part out than try to do it inside the car. So now I'm just gonna let my hot glue stick heat up. So I'm gonna use that to glue these into place on the back of that, so that way they will not move either. Alright, so I got everything hot glued into place. It definitely is not the prettiest, that's for sure. Definitely gonna, probably in the future, I mean, this is my first try ever doing anything like this, so doing any kind of custom stuff is never easy unless if you've done it before. So, but they're in, they're stable, they're inside of there. So one thing I wish it looked way cleaner, but I don't know, maybe I'll do something inside of here or get a new one of these upper glove boxes or something. I don't know, but we'll see. Like I said, I just tried to clean up the glove box so that way those things were not dangling in there. So yeah, now you can just take a USB, you can just plug it up and you're good to go. So, I mean, if you wanted to like use these for some music or charging something or a power source to something, I don't know, you could definitely use these. So let's button this back up and then let's work on the other one. Alright, so right before I was just about to put this in, I just discovered this thing doesn't shut. It ends up hitting these right here. So that's another problem I'm already getting into. I guess I'm gonna have to notch out this thing even more, or I mean notch out the lever here, so that way it'll clear these USBs. So I don't know, I might have to yank this out and redo the hot glue real quick because I'm not going to do this in the car again. Alright, and the more I think about this too, if you're ever going to do this specifically to the Corolla or probably any glove box, double check where this goes. Otherwise you might be better off putting it on the bottom or something, because I don't think anything's really interfering on the bottom. But the only reason why I went here was because I already had a hole from where those USBs were before, so I didn't want to have an extra hole, even though I already do if you theoretically think about it there. So I'm gonna trim this away, hopefully it doesn't look too bad, and then we'll put this back in. Alright, so I started cutting this away and I got a lot more to cut away, so I'm pretty much at the point of no return. So I've already messed this thing up quite a bit, so I might as well just keep going. So luckily a lot of this is internal. The only thing that I don't like is when you open this, you'll see the cutaway right there. So, but other than that, you'll never see it. So like I said, I'm at the point of no return. I've already messed it up enough, so let's keep going. Probably what I'll do in the future is when I get a new one of these, I'll cut it out on the back right here, and that way I know nothing's in the back, nothing should hit, so I should be perfectly fine there. So again, we live and we learn. Alright, so after about 10 minutes of obliterating my my glove box. I think it should clear. So when you open it and close it, there's nothing interfering with those, where those plugs are at. So it's open position and then closed position. So nothing should be touching those plugs, hopefully not. So I'm going to try to super glue them back in, and then we can finally wrap this up. And also, if you're curious, that's what you'll see when it's open. So it's not a lot. You'll see just that section should be nice and smooth like this, but instead it's just cut out. So yeah, don't do what I just did, because it was a lot of work and a waste of time, and I still don't like what it looks like. But I'm gonna keep going so I can finally hide these USBs into a nice little spot, and then we can go on to the next thing. And just to let you know, if you guys are wanting to do this, the whole point of these is to fit into one of these blank spots. So you could just pop that out and put one of these. But obviously I didn't have one in the upper glove box. That's why I tried to cut one out so I can put this in there. And obviously that didn't work either. But if you guys are curious, that's what this is supposed to be for. Is if you have a blank one of these, you can put this into one of those blank switches. But I'm waiting on my hot glue to stick to warm up, and then we'll put this in, and then we'll go change out this thing. Alright, so I got it fully installed, and it looks okay. I mean, it just, when it's closed, it looks perfect. I mean, you don't even notice it. You don't notice anything. So when you open it, it's kind of ugly. I mean, you got the 2 USB ports in there, which are nice. Like I said, you can plug in anything to charge it or do whatever you need to. But I mean, it's cool to like just see a USB cable coming out of it, because there's a plug there. But I mean, it's just ugly. So definitely in the future, I'm definitely going to redo this whole thing and probably come in from the back and make it look like 100% way better. So now we're going to pop off this panel down here. I'm going to put my radio back, pop off the one down here, and then we're going to see how easy this really is to put in. So alright, and this thing right here is supposed to be all plug and play for a Toyota. So this plugs, like, piggybacks off of your cigarette lighter. So this is what this looks like. It comes with 2 USB ports, and then it also has a voltmeter inside of there to tell you what your car volts are running, which is nice to have just in case you can start telling if your battery is dying or not. So, and then this will plug right into the cigarette lighter. So one will plug right into the cigarette lighter, and the other one will plug into the opposite side of the cigarette lighter, and then this will branch off into that spot. Alright, and for this thing, it should be pretty simple. There's going to be a trim piece on each side here, and then 2 Phillips screws. That's all you're going to have to do, and then this will pop off, and then we'll see a plug-in for the cigarette lighter, and this will plug in, and then this will push right into that. Simple. So the cigarette lighter we're going to tap into is right here, and then you go on to the back of there, and there's a plug right here. So you're going to unplug it. There's just a press-in tab, and then you'll unplug it. And then I already popped this off too, so this is just in there with 2 clips. Just pull that out, and then we're gonna have to pop out this blank switch here, and then push this in. So, and if you get the same exact one I do, I'm gonna be putting this link into the description. It was on Amazon. It's like 20 bucks or whatever. This one has a voltmeter, so make sure you put the volts up and not upside down. So we're gonna do that real quick, and then everything, I mean, like I said, this plug is going to plug right into the cigarette lighter where we just undid, and then this plug is going to plug into the plug that we just did. So it's kind of like a piggyback harness. Alright, so I just plugged this in real quick just to make sure everything was working, and obviously it is. It's lit up, and everything's there. So now I just gotta unhook everything and just push this in. Like I said, this is literally like a 2-minute install. I mean, I feel like if you have the automatics, it might be a little bit harder, but I mean, honestly, it should probably be very similar. I mean, for me, I just had to unscrew my shift knob, and then this pops off, and then that pops right with it. Alright guys, so I thought this was going to be a little easier, but this is really snug into here. So, and I was messing with it, and I finally got it to go in nice and flush, and it seems pretty good. But the only way I was able to do that was, there's these tabs on the top, that one right there. I cut that one off. that I just kind of sliced it with a knife and then broke it off. Because otherwise it was not fitting and I felt like I was going to break this whole thing. So, but it's a very snug fit just to begin with, and then it snaps into place. So I don't know why it's so tight. I haven't had anybody complain about it, but I'm complaining about it now because it is really tight. So if you guys do get this, it might be a tight fit for you. Alright, so I got it all installed. You can see it looks nice, shows you the voltage that you're reading, and then now you got 2 more USB ports. So I already have way too many USB ports if you include those and this, but I thought it was just nice to have. I know on the higher end trim models that they offer USB here, or I think it's over there. I don't know what they put over here or not, but it's cool to have a nice USB to charge your phones and stuff like that. So, and then those other 2 USBs were just something that came with the radio that I bought. So just trying to clean up all my wiring and everything like that in here. Alright, and also if you guys are looking for this, I'll be leaving a link in the description for this. I ordered it from Amazon. Like I said, it was like 25 bucks or something like that. And it was pretty much plug and play. Just had the issue of it not fitting exactly the way I wanted it to. And it just cut the clip, but it fits in nice, looks good. Doesn't seem like it's gonna move anywhere, so that's a plus. And then got this thing in there. Looks pretty ugly. I know. I'm already looking at getting a new glove box here and redoing everything in here. So, and once I do that, I'll probably be running my amp, my sub bass knob. Probably I'll be running that in here too. Either I'll be running that in here. I don't know how well it'll fit, like with my fingers trying to adjust it, versus in here there's a lot more room to adjust it at. So I'll probably be doing that shortly. But yeah, that was my attempt at trying to make 3D printed parts for my car. And like I said, it would probably work great if I would have been way more careful with the Dremel. So, and like I said, next time I'm definitely going to come in from the back here. I think it'll look way more streamlined. Maybe make it black. I don't know. Mess with the colors too, and try to make it pop and look much cleaner. Alright, with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.